Hi, I am Amit Aasery. I've just got a 490 rank in Civil Services 2015. My optional was Public Administration. Civil Services was my childhood dream, and I was always motivated to achieve that. And in spite of all those failures which I've got due to some reason or the other, I kept my dream like a lighthouse. So whenever I was feeling low, I just looked up to what I really wanted from my life, and this is what I wanted to be, and this is what I have become. The first and the most important stage of civil services exam is prelims, and which is having the maximum erosion rate. So it needs a very good foolproof strategy because CSAT is no more there, and for covering GS, most of it is covered through basically focusing on the 4 parts, that is polity, for which you can follow Lakshmikant, and for geography, NCERT is good enough. History, you can go for Bipin Chandra, as well as Modern Indian History by Spectrum publication. And for the economics, there's a wonderful book by Ramesh Singh. If you go through it, definitely your basics will be clear. And apart from it, you can also go through the economic survey of the particular year along with the budget. You can get some of the questions from there. And recently, because of the merger of Indian Forest Service and the civil services, they are asking good number of questions from the environment. I followed the book from Shankar IAS, which is very good for clearing your basics of the environment. And I think this is fairly good enough. I have personally faltered in the prelims, so I would suggest that if you are not very confident, you should definitely join a very good test series. And in choosing the test series, you can go for the one which is having highest number of enrollment, and you can gauge your performance by being in the top 5 or 6% of that test series, the number of people who have appeared and the rank which you have got. In the mains, what matters is your writing skills. The questions which you are going to write needs to have a certain structure, and for that you need to practice, and for that you can follow any test series. And while writing the answer, you should keep few things in mind, that there should be a proper introduction which should address the context of the question, why it is being asked. Secondly, all the parts of the question should be addressed separately. You should read the question thoroughly so that no part of the question is missed, and give a holistic approach to the answer. That is that if there are some positives or advantages, you should also mention some disadvantages or the negatives, and approach towards a very logical conclusion which should address the whole question. And this should be practiced thoroughly in the test series. While joining test series, you also tend to complete your syllabus in phases, because some of the part of the syllabus is being covered in every consecutive test which you give. Well, my optional was public administration, and in spite of all the ups and downs which are related to this subject, I have held it. My strategy was focusing on the basics, and I learned my basics through both the books, the basic books like Mohit Bhattacharya, Rajni Goyal, and apart from it, I have also followed the class notes of Vajiram, though I have not attended coaching for this particular subject, but their notes were good enough. If you go through them along with the basic books, your understanding will be very good. And while writing the answers, one should keep in mind that the answer should include the constitutional provisions, if there are any. Apart from that, it should also have some insights of the answer relating to some thinkers which are there in the chapter 1 or 2 of the public administration. And there should be very current examples which should be quoted along with all the all the cases which you are going to mention, and whatever are you going to address in that question. And this will give you the sense of completeness, and definitely this will fetch you very good marks. I opted for public administration because it fairly covered good chunk of syllabus from the GS, General Studies, and this was my main criteria for choosing this subject. Apart from that, I have to do something related to administration only when I am in the service. Well, that was secondary thought, but primarily it was covering the syllabus of GS. But on the hindsight, I will consider opting for science subject if I have to give another chance, because the checking of science optionals are on a very objective scale. In public administration, you can never be sure what. Of course, your performance might be good, but you can never be sure about the marks you are going to get.